So the police barge in the door. They come right to my desk and say, young man, you're coming with us.
Damn. Tryna knock my hustle, I kill all the love. I'm that nigga, I ain't holding no grudge. I was stuck in the trap, I ain't have it like that. Me and Trim, we was serving the pack. Flip a P, had to get it right back. Fuck what they saying, why they always hate. Give a dick, hit the road, y'all skate. 3-5 in the blood, I'm a face. Ask God, just give me some pace.
What's going on, Hype Space? We are back again with another video. I'm just now getting home from the gym. I told you guys I'm on this journey. I'm trying to get my mind, right. I'm very focused on getting myself back healthy and stuff like that, man. So, and as you can hear, I'm a little, congested. I am a little bit sick, but, I still went to the gym. So therefore, nothing can stop you from your goals if you put your mind to it. So if I can do it, you can do it. But make sure you wear a mask if you're going to go to the gym sick, because you don't want to get other people sick. So today, man, I'm going to give you guys a short story time about how I almost went to jail in high school. Now, during the course of my life, there's plenty of times that I could have went to jail. But today I'm going to focus on the first time I ever almost saw myself getting locked up, which was in high school. But before we get into that story, man, if you into comedy, fashion, living life like it's no tomorrow, not wasting time because time is borrowed, hit that subscribe button, man, and hit that notification bell so you never miss videos like these. So bust it. It is, I don't even remember what year. I think it was 2008. It was either 2008 or 2007 when I was in ninth grade. Yeah, it was 2008. And I'm in high school at this time, and I'm currently a street pharmacist. For those of y'all that know what that means, drop a comment in the comment section. But I'm a street pharmacist, and I have I guess you can say an ouch, because I was selling candy at the same time. My parents, they had a BJ's card, so I was able to get candy for the low and get a bunch of it. So, I was making money both ways. Now, to give a little bit of better context of what led to me becoming a street pharmacist, I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. So, my family, like cousins, brothers, like my siblings and my family come from a long line of street activity. I tried my best, for my grandmother's sake to keep myself out of that situation, because I did not want to. For one, I learned from other people's mistakes, which is why I was so good at what I did when I did get into it. But that's besides the point. I learned from other people's mistakes, and I did not want to be known as that guy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the first one to go to college in my family. I wanted to be the first one to, be able to own a business in my family, to, just do all the right things and hit all the right points, just so I can make my grandmother proud. Now, you hear me bring up my grandmother. My grandmother, that was like my mom. Straight up and down, like my grandmother, she took the place of my mother when my mother left me at a young age. At this point, it would have been years since I seen my mother. Now, me and my mother had a very deep relationship. I loved my mother. She always did everything she could for me. And that made it all that more hurtful when there was an absence. And the absence was not her fault, but it still hurt the same. But this is no shame or shade to my mother, because now me and my mother, like this, and we rekindled our relationship. Like I was still, freshly in college. So like, I was like, we rekindled our relationship like years and years ago, and me and her have the best relationship now. I cannot thank her enough for everything that she's done for me. I love my mother, so no shade or shame to her. But she was at the moment, my mother wasn't there. My grandmother took that place, and my stepmother took that place. Now, my stepmother, she took care of, clothing, shoes, food and everything, and and she would always drop gems on me. She would always, let me know the real, and she never sugarcoated anything for me. But my stepmother and my father weren't always present because they worked so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up in a rural area, you know what I'm saying? And it was hard for us to, sustain living at the time without my parents having multiple jobs. You know what I'm saying? It just was, living in that house, in that area, it just wasn't cutting it. They was going up on things, and, for them to go up on rent in the area we lived in was kind of crazy. But, that's besides the point. My parents, they weren't making much with just one job, so they had to have two or even sometimes three jobs, picking up a summer job, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure that we had everything that we needed and wanted, you know what I'm saying. Like, my parents never, they would always, black parents, no, I'm not getting that for you. Next day it's in your room. He's like, why did you lie? But anyway, they weren't present all the time because they had to work. And again, no shade, but I'm just saying, like, the absence is because they had to work so hard to achieve and to get the things that they have now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have two very successful parents, and I'm proud of them for that. It took them years to achieve the level that they're at now, but it it nonetheless happened, which motivated me. But again, absence. I pretty much raised myself, or with my grandmother. My grandmother passed away this year. Not this year. I'm saying the year right around the time I was supposed to go to high school. It's still kind of emotional. So if I my voice inflection, like if it cracks, it's because I'm taking myself back to a time that it was really painful during this time. When she was gone, I did not know what I wanted to do. I lost all train of, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this with my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I realized that I only wanted to do that because I wanted to make her proud. But if she's not here for me to make her proud, then why the fuck am I even doing it? You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I would just remember myself like, wow, I really had an interest in doing this shit. But now I don't want to do anything. I just said fuck it. So when I gave up on doing the things that I felt she wanted me to do, the sadness went away and anger started to set in. And I felt like, I wasn't worthy of anything, because if I was, why would the universe take two of the most important people in my life out of my life that kept me grounded and kept my head right? So then I said, I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do what I feel like I want to do or I need to do. So I got into street shit. I started hanging around the wrong crowd. I started doing things that I wouldn't normally do because I was angry. I didn't care. What I found out was I was pretty damn good at doing things I wasn't supposed to do. So now we're jumping back. It's high school. I'm selling candy. I even sold candy to teachers. You know what I'm saying? I like teachers was like, yeah, let me get that. But I would never have Milky Ways. And there was a reason for that. So Milky Ways was a pawn for people who wanted to buy other substances. So when somebody asked me, like, hey, you got any Milky Ways? I knew they wanted something else. Now, I had two identical backpacks. One had street pharmacy stuff in it. The other had candy in it. My friend, grandmother lived right across the street from the school. So when we would get off of the bus, I would go into the cafeteria, but then I would go around to the back way from where my it's like a back side door in my high school. I would run across the street real quick and put that bag underneath her house. She had like a little hollow area in the house where I could just put that at. She caught me one time coming over there. She was like, "Hey, what you doing out of school?" I was like, "Oh no, I did have to use the bathroom, but then all of a sudden I don't have to use the bathroom," and she just took that. She didn't even think nothing about it. But anyway, I would put the street pharmacist subjects in the bottom of her house and run across the street with my other backpack that had candy in it. And whenever somebody said, "Hey, yo, you got a Milky Way," I would be like, "I don't have any today, but hit me up at the bus stop tomorrow morning and I got you." When I say tomorrow morning, that means after school. And then when I say, "Hey, hit me up after school and I got you," that means in the morning. You know, again, I told you I learned from other people's mistakes that, you know, my cousins and brothers and all them, they made mistakes. I learned from it though. So, which is a good and a bad thing. So it was just one guy, right? And he was wanting to get down with what I had going on. He was like, "Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot more people in different schools. You know, I could really get you out there and we can start making more money." I wasn't really trying to expand like that right now because my plug, um, he was only giving me limited product right at that moment anyway, because I was just starting out, and you know what I'm saying, I have to return. I have to give him his return for him to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna up your limit." But I was doing good, but I just wasn't looking to expand at the moment. I was like, I'm good at where I'm at right now because I'm making money both ways. I'm making money with candy and candy, if you get what I'm saying. So I told him no. He got pissed. And he was like, "Man, come on, man. Like, you being stingy with the money. Like we can all get this money together." And I was like, "That's cool. I can start you off, you know, with you just selling candy. I got to see, I don't even know how good of a salesman you are yet. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of candy I can give you." And he was like, "Nah, man, I just want some of the other stuff, bro. Like just let me show you." And I was like, "I can't take a loss like that, bro. I'm sorry." So, and then, you know, at the end of the day, it's my business. If I don't want to do it, I ain't got to do it. So back the fuck off. He got pissed or whatever. Next thing I know, you know, I got myself in a pretty good flow. You know, I know when to bring the other bag to school, and I know when not to bring the other bag to school. Today was a fucked up day. Point blank period, today was a fucked up day. I had both bags on me, and it was just perfect timing for some fucked up shit to happen. So I had both bags on me, and the one with the substances, you know, the street pharmacy substances, I had it in class with me. And the guy that wanted, you know, to you know, be a part of what I was doing, he told the goddamn resource officer at the school. Oh my God. I was like, bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me. All of a sudden, these officers just barge in. They walk over to my desk and say, "Young man, you're coming with us." That shit blew my fucking mind. They picked up my bag and said, "Is this your book bag?" We're going to pause right here for a second. Shout out to my homie Trey, who said, nah, that's my book bag, and grabbed it from the officer. That's a real fucking, bro, that's a real dude, bro. Trey, if you watching this video, bro, I appreciate you, because Trey knew what I had going on, and Trey was like, he knew, and let me tell you something about Trey. Trey was like, Trey even said that day in the cafeteria, bro, you bold today, you got both book bags here? I was like, yeah, bro, like I got a lot of customers to serve today. Trey said, that's my book bag, and then took it from the officer. And then the officer said, okay, Lucky, where's your book bag? I said, it's in my locker. They said, okay, let's go. They took me out of the classroom. They went to my locker. They was like, open your locker or we're going to cut it off. I was like, this lock cost me $5. I ain't about to cut my shit. Fuck that. So I opened my lock, you know what I'm saying? They went in there and I was about to grab my book bag. He snatched me back. Like, I was like, bro, what the fuck is you on, bro? Why are you snatching me like that? So he snatched me back, went in there, and like, he was like, I'll get the backpack. Don't try no funny business. I was like, man, you sound like a fucking cartoon character. Anyway, he reached in, grabbed my bag, and typical cop fucking shenanigans. Is there anything that you need to tell us about what's in this backpack before I open it? No. Why the fuck would I incriminate myself? Open the fucking bag, nigga. Anyway, he opens the bag. He reach in. It was a bunch of Skittles and goddamn Starburst and motherfucking Sour Patch Kids and that motherfucker. I did my fucking homework. I know damn well not to have both bags on me at the same fucking time. Again, they were identical bags. And my nigga Trey was like, yo. My nigga Trey said, I got you. Nah, that's my book bag. He grabbed that bag. They went to my locker, got my other bag out, and there wasn't nothing but candy in it. Guess who got suspended? The other motherfucker that spread a false narrative. Got me all this attention in school. Thank you very much, because you got me some more customers. But after that day, I never brought that, like I was like, yo, if y'all niggas want anything else, y'all gonna have to come to the neighborhood. Y'all got to ride the bus, or you know, y'all gonna have to walk to my house or whatever. Because like back then, if you wanted to go to your friend's house, you would ask your parents, can I go to my friend's house? And then you could get on the bus. Nowadays, they don't do that shit no more. Like, you can't ride nobody else's bus, I don't think, nowadays. But like back then, you could ride that person's bus and then they can go to the neighborhood and then your parents will come pick you up. But yeah, I said I'm not bringing that shit to school ever again, because motherfuckers is trying to try me. And then he got his ass whooped when he came back off of suspension. He only got 5 days, but when he got back, he got his ass. I didn't whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? I can't deny nor confirm that somebody that knew me didn't whoop his ass, though. But anyway, that's my story for today, guys. If you learn anything from this story, never bring 2 book bags. No, I'm bullshitting. But if you learn anything from this story, don't allow your situations that you're going through. I know a lot of us are going through hard shit right now. Hard times are among us right now due to whatever the case is. Don't allow that to dictate where you take yourself. I want you to stay positive. I want you to stay focused on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and allow your circumstances of living at the moment dictate the circumstances you'll be living for the rest of your life. Because that could be in prison, and you don't want that. And these streets are unforgiving even more so now. You know what I'm saying? It's motherfuckers out here that can't wait to bust their gun, and you might be a plate for them. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Keep your mind clear and concise. Work towards a goal that is achievable. Being a kingpin is not an achievable goal without prison time or even death. And that's a fact. So, with that being said, man, I hope you guys learn that just because your life is not where you want to be at right now, that doesn't mean you can't get it to where you want it to be. If you just stay focused and do the right things. And that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed this story, man. And don't worry, there's going to be more story time that I'm going to tell because, you know, it's a lot that can be learned from this. So until next time, man, it ain't nothing but space and opportunity.
Damn. Tryna knock my hustle, I kill all the love. I'm that nigga, I ain't holding no grudge. I was stuck in the trap, I ain't happy like that. Me and Trin, we was serving the pack. Flip a P had to get